Are you ready to level up? Do you wish to live a life of options and not obligations? You've come to the right place. Thank you for stopping on by to hear knowledge nuggets from Coach Fergie and his top-tier guest to help you lean into your ultimate human potential. Now, let's level up with Coach Fergie.
Hey, Varsity Squad, welcome back to another powerful edition of Level Up Conversations with Coach Fergie with Time to Shine Today Coaching. I'm your host, Scott Ferguson. Blessed to be your GAP coach, specializing in performance mental conditioning, working with business leaders, entrepreneurs, entertainers, athletes, C-suite, and students to help them bridge their success gap to live a life of options and not obligations. On this platform, we're stoked to bring you high performers who are not just pursuing and attaining success, but redefining it through providing above and beyond service. And Squad, goals are loud. People love talking about them. They post them on social media. They write them on vision boards. They tell everybody what they're going to accomplish this year. But your standards, they whisper. Nobody applauds the decision to get up before the alarm goes off. Nobody sees you choosing to work out instead of the couch, making the hard phone call, or refusing to cut corners when nobody's watching. Standards don't need attention. They simply demand consistency. Like I always say, your goals are nothing but byproducts of your standards. Now, as coaching a professional MMA fighter who just got a win a couple of weeks ago, which is awesome, he came into our session frustrated because he wasn't seeing the results he wanted. He kept talking about becoming a champion. Finally, I stopped and asked, "Tell me about your standards." There was silence. We dug deeper and it became obvious. His goal was championship level, but some of his daily standards were still average. Recovery was negotiable. Nutrition slipped when life got busy. Some training sessions were attacked. Others were simply completed. That's when everything changed. See, champions don't become champions when they win the belt. They become champions on the ordinary Tuesday morning when nobody's watching and nobody cares. I've coached CEOs, entrepreneurs, elite athletes, and everyday people trying to become better husbands, wives, parents, and leaders. The pattern is always the same. Goals get your attention, standards get your results. So today, don't ask yourself, what do I want? Ask yourself, what am I no longer willing to tolerate for myself? Because nobody builds an extraordinary life by chasing extraordinary goals. They build it by living extraordinary standards, one decision at a time. In Squad, talking about living standards one day at a time. My next guest is Tyler Nehila, an entrepreneur, endurance athlete, and relentless builder who believes ordinary lives are created by ordinary choices, and he's chosen a different path. After more than 16 years in construction and building a successful residential construction business, Tyler took the leap to launch Endurance Hardscaping, a company inspired by the legendary Shackleton expedition and built on resilience, craftsmanship, and doing things the right way. But Tyler's mission goes far beyond building incredible outdoor spaces. He's passionate about helping people embrace discomfort, silence self-doubt, and discover they're capable of far more than they're ever imagined. Whether in business, endurance sports, or life, he believes grit will always outlast talent. So, Tyler, I know what you do every day because you and I are usually texting at about 4 o'clock in the morning with each other saying, I beat you up and I already got my miles in and stuff like that. But welcome to the show, man. It's
honored to be here.
Awesome.
Bro.
And I know I
here.
had you planned for 3 weeks from now, but you slipped in just like anybody that's ready to rock.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
You build a business, pushed your body through endurance challenges and Oh, by the way, Squad, this dude, he paddleboarded from, what was it, the Bahamas
Bimini,
to Lake Worth, Bimini to Lake Worth on his stomach. Absolutely crazy. When was that?
That was June, I think, 12th or 13th.
Dude, insane.
Yeah.
That's just insane with the stuff you do. And you're a little bit younger than me, but even when I was 31-ish, I wouldn't have been doing that. That's just incredible. That's crazy. But again, you built yourself through endurance challenges, willing to choose hard things. Where did that mindset come from? And was there a moment, man, where you're like, I'm leaning into this and that's it?
Yeah. No, it came from pain.
Okay.
It came from struggle. Struggling my younger years. And I think I got to the breaking point when I was at my failed out of college and couldn't find an option and found David Goggins. And
LFDG, man.
just started doing really hard physical things, build my confidence up, build my mental strength up so I could handle life, and it's paying off.
I love it. And Squad, if you go to his Instagram page, it talk about inspiration, man. You're throwing it out there. No excuses, make adjustments. That's just beautiful. And your company is called Endurance Hardscaping. Was endurance the only name that made sense, or what's the story behind? Because it's way different than a lot of other.
Yeah. I didn't want to go with my last name. I think that's very common. It's not super memorable.
You're not beginning with the end in mind, right? You want to sell it one day.
Yeah.
If your name's attached to it.
Exactly. Yeah. And I kind of lived the endurance life, and I love the Ernest Shackleton story. I have
tell us a little bit about that, because I know a little bit. But.
So I have his slogan or his motto on my chest, and it's through endurance we conquer.
Yeah.
And he has a book out, or it wasn't written by him, but it's about the story. I think 60 plus guys went to travel to the Arctic. And I think it was like 1902 around that time.
Mhm.
And it's never been explored. That he put out a wanted ad and told people you may die. And they got stranded. Their ship got stuck in the ice and they were forced to start eating the dogs that they had. They
Yeah.
were freezing. They did anything to survive. And it took them months to get back and nobody died. And it was just the biggest testament to resilience. And
Yeah.
it was a failed adventure.
A lot
because
of
they didn't
people
make
would
it, but-
never look that deep into like
Yeah.
1902.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much stuff at the forefront with Goggins, Ed Milet, all these people, Ken Rideout, and all those crazy dudes like yourself that are out there. I know I do crazy stuff too, but, you know, I try to pace myself. You don't. So, you know, you often say, T, that the human spirit is capable of more than most people ever discover. You've said that. You said it to me over lunch, and you have that written. What's keeping most people from ever finding out what they're truly capable of?
I think it's two things. I think it's they're comfortable or they're not uncomfortable enough. And they also probably don't believe there's another way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do they find themselves if you see somebody and you know that they need a little bit of Tyler in them, you know,
A little bit of
like
jet
how
fuel.
do you, because you're pretty well put together and you're not intimidating, but just do you approach the people and kind of ask them, or do people approach you now because you have a presence, or like, how does that work?
Yeah, sometimes people approach me. I'm a little, I tame myself when I first meet people because I'm a little intense and
You're
people,
fired up.
it scares
Yeah.
people a little bit sometimes, like telling them all the stuff that I've done. But
Yeah.
sometimes people ask me like, how did I start the stuff that I did, or that they're struggling, or because I'm very big into mental health. So people come to me and
Yeah.
I'll tell them. And a lot of times I hear some excuses and it's the sob story and stuff. And I've been through this
Yeah, you
before, so
have.
like can relate, but it's like you choose the mindset you want to have.
Sure.
It's like you can't let stuff get you down. Like I was saying, my windshield broke this morning, and I'm like,
man.
my mindset is like, okay, I don't have bad days. It's
You gotta
better.
go crush this
Yeah.
interview and then go
Yeah.
fix it. Right?
Yeah, exactly. It's both. People come to me, or I'll have conversations with people and hear that they're struggling with something, and
Sure.
I show them the light that they could follow.
It's funny. I have clients that range from an 11-year-old prodigy wrestler in New Jersey, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's a stud. He's
Yeah.
so good. And a big shout out to Trey Dana now, right? But I also coach a billionaire, right? And the thing is, the one thing that there's two things we can control: our effort and our attitude, right? That's it.
Yep.
So then both of those, no matter what, control the controllables.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You are also really in the trenches, so to speak, and one of the hardest jobs, especially this time of the year, being hot and whatnot in the construction world, right? It's a crowded industry, especially here in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, most companies compete on price. You seem to compete, and forgive me if I took this wrong, but you seem to compete on purpose.
Yeah.
So how do you build a culture where excellence becomes the expectation and not the exception?
It's a good question. Down here, it's a little tough
It's
because
different.
Yeah,
We were
'cause,
talking on the phone the other day about
yeah.
that. You're like, dude, show up. You know?
I moved down here from New Jersey 7 months ago, and I'm landing multiple six-figure jobs.
Yeah, you are.
And I landed them when I was like 5 months in. And the bottleneck that I'm having is just managing guys, managing subs, because a lot of the guys are twice my age and they show up late, they don't communicate.
Sure.
And I have a lot of good guys who have gotten to know me, and they're like, I'll work for you full time because they trust me and
Sure.
I'm reasonable and they can see where I'm going. But it's tough. I think it comes down to just setting expectations and setting the standard in the beginning. And if you can't follow that, there's a ton of guys that I could work with. It's
Sure.
just finding them.
It's just finding them down here. It's not a knock against South Florida. It happens everywhere, but I just find a lot of island time here.
Yeah.
And no matter what, whether it's a personal trainer or no matter what profession it is, it's like you find a lot of people that show up when they're ready to show up.
Yeah.
You said the other day you got a call from a homeowner that a semi truck or something was about to drop something off in their yard and the contractor wasn't there.
Yeah.
So how do you handle situations like that? I know you want to handle it, but
Yeah, no, I don't think yelling. Yelling and construction yelling happens all the time. Like
Sure.
guys are hotheads and they don't know how to communicate, and I don't want to be one of those guys. And I think communicating as a leader requires you to keep calm and understanding of the person's situation, regardless if you agree with it or not. And so, like at that moment when I wasn't hearing back from him, I was texting him. Somebody's there dropping off materials. I was pretty heated, and I do breath work, calm down, meditation, stuff like that. Reach out to you.
Yeah, we
But,
didn't have that conversation.
Yeah, but then we had a conversation face to face, and I pretty much calmly was like, listen, like, I need you to show up on time, because if we're working at houses that are like $5 million and plus, and I tell the customer you're going to be here at 8 a.m. and you're not there, like, that makes me look bad. So makes
the whole thing look bad.
Yeah. So if you want to work with me, show up on time, and I'll keep you busy. I'll make you rich. Like,
how do you handle it with the homeowner? Do you take the full responsibility because your name, your shingles, like right on front?
Oh yeah, I'm the captain of the ship thing, and everything that happens is my fault, whether it's my actual fault or not.
It's no matter what. Responsibility, right? And responsibility is nothing more than the ability to respond. Yeah. And then how you respond to that situation. Yeah. I know how you wanted to, because we had a phone call. Scott, I'm also blessed to coach Tyler a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit when he needs it. And I'm blessed that he does come to me. And squad, we are going to take a really quick break and throw it to my awesome sauce sponsor, Steve Austin with Rise Mortgage. He's going to have a mortgage nugget of the week for you. When we come back, we're going to dig a little bit more into the endurance side. My good friend here, Tyler Nehila, and going to share maybe some secret sauce on how you can keep going when you don't. Steve, take it away.
Thanks, Scott. Happy Saturday, everyone. This is Steve Austin with the Rise Mortgage Dynamic Team, here with your mortgage nugget of the week. Owning a home is not only a great life milestone to accomplish, it is also a step towards building lifestyle flexibility. Owning a home helps to create long-term monthly payment security with a fixed rate program, and as equity builds in the property, it opens up opportunities to utilize the equity for investments, projects, etc. Purchasing a home doesn't lock you down. It's a step in the right direction to building the financial freedom you're looking for. To find out more about how home ownership can enhance your lifestyle, give us a call at 561-250-6044. That's 561-250-6044. That's it for this week. This is Steve Austin, your branch manager, NMLS 762328, with the Rise Mortgage Dynamic Team, NMLS 1604663, an equal housing lender.
Are you looking to finance your dream home, vacation getaway, or an investment property? The Rise Mortgage Dynamic Team and Company is here to help. Steve Austin and his team, their expert loan advisors, combine local knowledge with cutting-edge technology to make your financing process efficient and seamless. Whether it's your first home or your next investment, trust Steve Austin and the Rise Mortgage Dynamic Team and Company to guide you every step of the way. Visit them today and experience the perfect blend of technology and personal touch. Steve Austin's Rise Mortgage Dynamic Team, your local experts in residential financing. Call Steve today at 561-352-9278. That's 561-352-9278. 561-352-9278. NMLS number 1604663.
Hey, Steve, thank you so much. One, I'm blessed to have your sponsorship of the show and believing in me. And two, thank you for the mortgage knowledge nugget that people are leaning into. I'm seeing a little bit of movement in the market, even though the Fed kept things pretty stale, if you want to call it, just kind of where it's at. But Steve, I really appreciate you, brother. I love your guts. We're back with Tyler Nehila. And Tyler, endurance, man. Talk to me about what was the toughest endurance event that you have competed in, and whether you completed or not, but like that you've competed in.
Probably the Spartan Death Race last June.
Talked about it.
Yeah, so this is the toughest Spartan race that they have. It's 72 hours with no sleep. They design it to make people quit. It's in Vermont, in the mountains of Vermont. Joe DeSena, the one who started the Spartan race, it's his property. So it's pretty much a bunch of nonsense. It's not just like physical activities. It's like the first 10 minutes we were there in groups, there was like 30 people there. And he had us take like construction equipment from the recently demoed building and bring it to the dumpster, back and forth, construction bags, 2x4s, all this stuff. Then straight from there, we picked up like a bucket of rocks that was probably like 80 pounds, bring it up a mountain 2 miles, back down, another like back and forth. And
you're just not doing work for his company.
Yeah, they were laughing at me. They're like, he's getting you to do free labor. And so like eventually it went from that to like harder challenges. Like I had a backpack full of 40 pounds of stuff. I had an axe. I actually cut my finger the first 5 hours and we had to glue it shut. They said I needed stitches, but I was like, just tape it.
You only had 67 more hours to go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we just glued it up and I was good. And then we did a bunch of random stuff. Like there was a stream that was freezing cold. We did burpees in there until we couldn't anymore. And then people were falling. Some guy fell and cracked his head. We did group dunks in a big lake.
Wow.
Down, up, down, up for 30 reps, and somebody got hypothermia.
Wow.
And then at the end, I stopped at 36 hours because at the time, I was doing the hard labor for my construction company myself. I wore tactical boots, and the first 5 hours they were soaked. And if I can't work, I'd be screwed. So I stopped. And
Just so you competed.
yeah. So through the night at 1 a.m., we did like a land nav where we were left alone. There was like 15 of us left, and we climbed a mountain by ourselves with a map on our phone.
Like a little
coulda got
GPS
lost.
kind of thing.
Yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
if you get lost, you have food to survive for three days, and we'll
Yeah.
find you. And so we were pretty much like, okay, cool.
Is it a team thing or a competition?
It was both.
Yeah.
It was like
I've heard
kind
about
of
those
team in the
efforts.
beginning. Yeah. And then the craziest thing that I think I reached my breaking point and kept going was towards the end. We climbed up a mountain, and I think it was like 30 hours in. It was like 2 miles up, and I had the 40-pound pack. I had a bucket attached to me that kept hitting me, and I was so exhausted. I was taking a step every 2 seconds, and there were people in front of me like falling, collapsing, dizzy. I would check on them, and I made it up. And I was like, what if I just went back down? What if I just walked back to quit? And I was like, no, I'm already up there.
Duh,
Let's keep doing it. And then so we made it up, and going back down, it was pitch black, and I was alone because I finished up there before everybody else. So I was just finding my way with reflective markers. So it was an adventure. It was really hard, and I
What did you
reached my
take
edge.
away from it?
That I'm a lot more capable than I thought.
Yeah.
And that I just keep finding my edge. I just keep doing harder and harder things.
Yeah.
And I just keep realizing I'm capable of more.
And just the people that had told me that you did the paddleboard on your stomach.
Yeah.
And what was the reasoning for that again? That instead of standing up like the rest of the people did?
I just heard it was harder.
I heard it was already
Yeah.
man.
I didn't do a
love it.
full 80 miles because I didn't get a nap the day before.
Sure.
And I was falling asleep on my board at 3 a.m.
In the middle of the ocean.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I decided to take a nap on the boat.
Yeah.
So I probably did maybe 65 miles.
Still.
on my stomach.
That's monstrous,
Yeah.
man. You know that I coach a lot of entrepreneurs who hit success and they secretly become prisoners of the businesses they built, right? So how do you make sure that you at Endurance Hardscaping building a business that serves your life instead of consuming it?
Yeah.
Because you want to go out and you want to do these endurance races. You want to
Yeah.
do the stuff. Live a life of options and not obligations, right?
Yeah.
How is it that you're setting that up so you can live like that?
Yeah. One of my biggest goals is to build my business around my lifestyle.
Okay.
My dad was a very hard worker. He was very successful. He's a CFO. He did very well, but he was getting home at 8 at night.
Sure.
Leaving at 5 in the morning. And he was there for my football games, my wrestling matches and all that, but he regrets not being there, and I just don't want that. I know family is super important, and people you surround yourself make life worth it. What's the point of having a ton of money if you don't have somebody or people to do cool stuff with and spend it
Yeah,
with?
money gives you options, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't have anybody to do it, or the time, even more importantly, right?
Yeah.
With that, yeah.
That's a big goal for me, and I'm working with a buddy of mine who's really good at scaling companies.
Max,
and
right?
Neil.
Neil,
Yeah,
okay.
he scaled the supplement company to 22 million, and so he's great at that. And
He's scaling you. I know.
he's scaling me, yeah. So
It's
he's helping me create systems, AI, automation, delegation, stuff like that. Because not that I don't want to work, but I want to figure out a way to work and also enjoy life.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no problem with having other people doing the work
Yeah.
because they're getting compensated, right?
Yeah, they are.
It's just like Henry Ford back in the day when he said he was one of the smartest men in the world, and they tried to say that sue him.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're not.
Yeah.
And they put him on the stand, and they walk in, they ask him a question that nobody would really know unless you're specialty in that.
Yeah.
And Henry Ford's, I don't have to know. I just hit a button on my desk and the dude comes in and tells me, right? So you're setting up a team
I love that.
like that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. A lot of these entrepreneurs, they're obsessed with becoming successful, right? And especially the young ones, right? So if a 22-year-old walked into your office today and asked, Tyler, what should I become before I focus on becoming rich? What would you tell them? Because again, I tell them to focus on service. You serve enough, you're gonna meet your goals.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to find out who you are first, because my whole 20s, even before that, I was struggling a lot, mental health stuff, getting in trouble with the law a little bit, minor stuff, and just finding myself. And so I found out early that this was all a test from God. It was just getting me ready to handle the stress of business. And I was like, I'm going to make it. I'm going to figure it out. I was meant for more. And so I think one of the main things that I found is that if you're 20 and you're just chasing the money, like you have no foundation, you
No
have no
purpose.
character,
We
you have
talked
no,
about that.
yeah, build yourself up first.
Sure.
And I've read hundreds of books,
Sure.
and worked on myself, and do the foundational work first, and it'll come. You got to be
Yeah,
patient.
you put the oxygen mask on first. Like
Yeah.
it's where it's at. Just so many people is they see the social media, and it's like people that were doing or leaning against Lambos 10 years ago, they are not doing that now. They're a lot of posers.
Yeah.
One thing I do like about your page is you're actually doing the hype. You're a hype guy
Yeah.
on there. I love it,
Yeah.
right? But you're actually doing it as well.
Yeah.
And you could probably get a lot of respect from people. I see a lot of the comments that are on there. God, T's out doing it. This is awesome.
Yeah.
So if I was to follow you around for 30 days, what daily habits would I see that have absolutely nothing to do with talent, right?
Yeah.
But everything to do with the success you're building?
That's a good question. Yeah, I've told a lot of the people that I hang out with and friends in the beginning, even my roommates when I first moved down here, because I kind of know who I am and know where I'm headed. I was like, if you hang around me long enough, your life's going to improve just from watching me do stuff.
Love it, dude.
Yes. It's little things. It's like, if it's raining and you don't want to go for a run, but it's your running day, do it anyway. It's
Go.
just some
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
And then it's wake up when the alarm goes off, which I have been struggling with a little bit recently, but I'm getting there, and I wake up at 4:35. It's been like 5:30 recently.
Yeah.
It's still early.
I love the transparency because you do struggle.
Yeah.
Everyone, if they see you, like, man, that guy's pretty well put together. He must have it all together. Drives a nice car, blah, blah, blah. But there's that struggle that's underneath. It's just, hey, this bed's pretty comfortable.
Yeah. There are those days, man.
I guess so. So Brian Mudd, he has the 5 to 9 show. What is it you have to do every single day? You have to get up at 2:30. Or my girl Susan does the same thing, to be to work at 6.
Yeah.
It's just the priorities that you set for yourself. But
Yeah.
you're setting them in a different way to make sure you're serving yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, your body and your mind before you go serve others, right?
Yeah, and I think that's something people miss. A lot of people focus on the money, and my family has a history of obesity, health problems, and eating disorders and stuff like that. I make it a priority to prep my food, eat super healthy so my mind works good, doing the breath work, the meditations, the journaling, the gratitude, everything, so I'm ready for the day. And then just the consistency just builds.
Hey, I'm selfish as all heck in the morning.
Yeah.
And it's all me. Because I know once 9 a.m. hits in my world, it is go mode. And it's all about everybody else.
Yeah.
So I have a canned question I ask everybody. But how does Tyler want his dash remembered? That little line in between your incarnation date and your expiration date, your life date and your death date, way down the line on your tombstone, that dash, which is everything. How do you want your dash remembered?
Ooh. I want to be remembered as somebody who defined that anyone is capable of anything, no matter the
I
past
knew you were going
or
there.
the struggles. The odds were never in my favor. Growing up with ADHD, I was a statistic.
Yeah, but you didn't let that define you.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will get stuck in that. They'll use it as a crutch. And I'll tell you what, man, I'd rather be a victor over something like that, like you did.
Yeah.
I'm still sure that you struggle with it a little bit to this day.
Yeah.
But you don't let it be an excuse to get it out of there. So as we wind things down, to like, how can we find you, brother?
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram, Tyler_Nehila, Nehila. Facebook, Tyler Nehila.
And again, that's Nehila. Nehila. You say that a few times fast.
Yeah, and working on a YouTube page, putting out a lot of construction content and just lifestyle content.
Right.
So Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I know I need to get a LinkedIn. We talked about that. So
Get a LinkedIn, man.
yeah.
It's just a different breed of person and stuff, especially people see it. And there's people that are on LinkedIn, more of them have an income more than people that are scrolling Instagram, sort of thing. Just I found it just with my coaching business. I built my whole coaching business and my podcast from LinkedIn.
Oh,
when I
okay.
first started, and now that I'm blessed to have stuff that's coming in. You got to ask you, coffee or pre-workout?
Ooh, neither.
Okay, I knew you were going to say that too.
I don't take anything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So your phone number is 754-325-2185.
Yes, that's
That's direct to your business line. Again,
Yes.
squad, that's 754-325-2185, 754-325-2185. And Tyler, do me one last solid.
Yeah.
Leave us with one last knowledge nugget that the squad out there, that they can take with them, internalize, and take action on.
Ooh, okay.
What'd you wake up to this morning, man, that fired you up?
The fact that I'm moving to West Palm to start a new chapter is pretty cool.
Love
But
that.
I think the thing that I live by is you can't let your past define you.
Love
And I
it.
know that's a little cliche, but
No,
like I just
true.
moved here from New Jersey, completely
Yeah.
changed my life. Just keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Don't let anything stop you. I have no bad days, never have bad days. Even if it's like a bad day and I feel bad, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to let that
Everything's
stop me.
finite. The bad
Yeah.
days end. Everybody out there, squad, you have survived 100% of your worst days. Okay? I promise that you will survive and start to thrive and follow people like my friend Tyler. Thank you so much to Brian Mudd, my awesome producer. Thank you, WJNO. Squad, go out there, be safe. A huge shout out to the troops that are out there doing the deed. You guys be safe too as well. Absolutely love your guts.